What is up, guys? Amp here, bringing you another Halo Reach commentary, and this time it's a little bit special, just a little bit. I'm actually doing a dual comm, and I'm doing it with.
CnE Siege.
So this is the first time we've done something together, and we've kind of been talking for quite a while. So what took us so long? Like, I I don't know. You kind of were there, and then well, I can't do it today, and then.
Yeah, she came up.
All right, you had to do game battles. I forgot.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit, because I know most of my subscribers probably don't know who you are. So.
All right. Hey guys. Just gonna talk about how I got into Halo and stuff. I got into Halo a while back, like Halo 2 kind of days. I wasn't really that good back then. And then I got kind of serious in Halo 3. I went to a couple of local lands and stuff, and attended an event, didn't participate. Went to an MLG Meadowlands, I think in '08. And but yeah, now I'm in Reach with the team you see now. And but back in Halo 3, I was a support player, and my teammates were really like main slayers. They were really good main slayers. But now in Reach, it's kind of weird that I took the role as a main slayer, and they took backseat as a objective and support players. And recently, I've been trying to get my sniper better. As you'll see here, probably won't be very consistent when I pick it up. But right now, at the current point in time, I'm pretty confident in it. And I'll have some clips coming on my channel, and maybe a montage coming later as well.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just real quick before we move on, I just want to mention, since you're bringing up montage, I got mine coming out, which I'm pretty excited about. Quadtage with a bunch of my buddies, and I don't know if you'll see too much sniping in there, but I know Robin Hood's got some pretty good sniping clips. This is all Halo 3, mind you, so keep that in mind. Anyways, let's get to the gameplay a little bit before we move on to other topics. So, I just want to. I guess you can explain it a lot better than I can because you played this game. So, like, what are the settings for this specific match? Because I know it's a while ago, and like, what did you guys think about going into like Zealot's 5 flag, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
yep, Zealot 5 flag.
Yeah, going into 5 flag and that sort of thing. What's your mindset, especially on this map?
Yeah, this is V 1.1, so things are a little bit different than they are right now in V2. But most of the main mechanics are pretty the same. Right now, I think it's still a 2 beatdown system, unlike how in V2 it was 3 beatdowns right now. But there was also MLG kept armor lock on the map, and they added the snipers like they did in both settings. And the speed actually is a lot faster. It's like 10% faster in V1.1 than it is in V2.
Yeah, so, that's mainly because of sprint. So
yeah, they had sprint in V2, so everyone starts with it. Yeah. But generally the gameplay is usually the same across both settings. So we go into the game usually the same way in both settings. There's no really weapon movements around the map. So
yeah, the only thing I can think of is like armor lock for evade.
Yeah,
that was like the biggest change.
Yeah, definitely evade is a lot more important, I thought, than armor lock was, because evade really helps you run around the map and sometimes saving your life. So I usually go for it at the beginning in V2, rather than back in 1.1 days. I didn't go for the armor lock really that much.
Yeah, I know you use it a little bit in this game. You might have already done it, but I don't know. I feel that like the whole armor ability thing, it feels kind of off in MLG settings.
Yeah, I agree with that a bit.
I mean, yeah, they're cool additions to the game. I mean, MLG obviously didn't use any equipment from Halo 3, and armor abilities are definitely an improvement from equipment. But I feel like it's not like power weapons as much, mainly with sprint, where you have it on your spawn. Where in Halo, the basics of Halo is you start with the same weapon, everybody starts the same, and you obtain these power weapons and all that stuff, power-ups. But in this case, the power-ups are kind of like either overpowered or not used because the settings aren't right, like camo.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I just feel like it kind of screwed up a little bit of the competitive ness of the MLG settings from Halo 3 to Halo Reach.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, really, I think what they're trying to do is, since the game just came out recently, they wanted to try everything they could to make it as competitive as possible. They don't want to leave any thing untested, I guess. So they're trying what they can with each thing, and I think V3 is going to be. I don't know how much they're going to change. They really haven't been talking about it, but we have to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's definitely my my hope for them using Sprint is that they were just testing it, because otherwise I don't know. I don't know about these settings. But yeah, I'm really excited for V3 because I mean I mean it's still really early and I really shouldn't be thinking like this, but I feel like it's gonna kind of turn into like the V5 of Halo 3, because V5 lasted forever.
Yeah, you're right.
V5 was around for a long time, and eventually they started changing stuff up, and then they added V6 was kind of ridiculous, but we won't go there. I just want to go over quickly like my impressions of V2. I haven't really played a whole lot of it because I didn't have an Xbox, and then when I got my Xbox, I was all over Black Ops, and then I went and played the playlist a bit, and I really like the playlist just because it's a playlist rather than custom games. But it's still V2, and like I said, I don't really like the whole sprint aspect to V2, but I don't know. Overall, what they did with how they introduced new settings like having sprint on spawn, how they had a timer set to it and all that stuff, I think they did it really well, but I still don't like the addition of it, you know? So, I mean, MLG usually gets it right, but if they get something wrong, they do it in the right way.
Alright.
If you can see what I'm saying. But yeah, overall V2, I think there could definitely be plenty of improvements for V3, and I'm really excited for Anchor 9. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's a pretty good map.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, even with the Bungie settings, and I just really feel like I know people have been saying it reminds me of Pit, and I'm pretty sure Bungie posted saying it's sort of like a Pit-esque layout that they're trying to go for, and
Yeah, I can see where they're going with that.
that's a really good idea, because that was a great map, and Reach definitely needs a map like that. And I don't know, Zealot doesn't really cut it for me.
Yeah.
People are always saying like, oh, it's the new Heretic, but I don't know, it seems a little too open, I guess. But at the same time, Heretic was pretty open, and Midship was pretty open. But I don't know. I just don't like it as much as I did the other two, which makes sense because they were pretty much exactly the same, and this is a big change. But go ahead, what were you gonna say?
Alright, I was just saying about Anchor 9.
Yeah.
How you saying it was like a bit, and I just realized that kind of does remind me of a bit. But I think one thing that they got right with this one is that I think Pit was a tiny bit big, so that games like Slayer kind of got stalematy later on in the season. Like, you know how like you watch games against pros, and sometimes there'd be like really long stalemates, and sometimes there were good stalemates. Like I don't know, the Straight Rip game back a while back where Snipe Down just destroyed people. But, yeah, I think going in the small direction with the same style of the map is a really good way to go.
Yeah, and Reach definitely plays a lot differently with the different character models and base speeds and that sort of thing, so it definitely makes sense that they wouldn't go for a straight Pit remake. That's kind of what didn't make sense to me when they did the straight-up Midship remake, but it still worked out. I think Heretic was great for a Halo 3 map. But, yeah, I really think that the upgrade of the map, I still love Pit, so I can't say anything bad about it. But it is like an upgrade, but at the same time, it's like it's just a reimagining. And so it's the basic concept, and that's what was good about it. So I really enjoy Anchor 9, like I said, except for the outer space, which will be fixed with MLG's help. So I'm glad about that too. It's actually going to be kind of interesting navigating that side of the map, because some of those walkways and stuff are kind of exclusive to going outside or something.
Yeah.
So I want to see how they kind of remedy that, if they do at all.
Yeah, like this. I think they're just gonna have to keep testing things, see which works the best. So they can't like leave anything out.
Yeah, I just hope they don't do anything as bad as like Amplified Hill or Lockdown Ball.
I remember that. I played that once. I never wanted to play it again.
Yeah, I believe Amplified Hill had a like Orlando game type to it because they changed it up a little bit or something,
Yeah.
and then they got rid of it right after that. But it was actually literally named Amplified Hill Orlando or something like that. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I really think V3 is going to be a big improvement, especially if they start like tuning the stuff that they've already like tested, you know, because I feel like going from like armor ability pickups to having sprint on spawn, the next logical step is the good mixture of the two.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to improve a lot. I hope they tune some of the. I hope they get rid of sprint and then they retune gravity and speed, because I think the original V1 was pretty good. Like just watching this game again, it seems like that was just made sense especially for these maps too. So.
Yeah. I was gonna say something about the maps and game types actually in V2. We haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. A few of the game types actually I kind of just want to talk about that I really don't like. The one flags I don't think work really well especially on these two maps.
I haven't even played those yet, and I loathe one flag. Let me just say it right now. I don't think I will ever vote for it in matchmaking. I don't think that I will enjoy MLG settings if they keep it in V3. And yeah, I don't think. I mean, I'm not doing Gamebattles yet, but if I do Gamebattles, I might just like say we'll give this game to you guys because I don't want to play it.
Yeah, because I played a Gamebattles game recently on Fletcher and one flag, and we tied the team twice in a row. We had to play it 3 times. It was just horrendous.
Yeah, that's bad. If a game ends up like that, it's a bad game type. Like, I mean, oddball, if you tie it once, that's like an extreme. Like oddball with Hail, if you tie it, it's an extreme. But for one flag, it just makes sense for the teams to tie because offense, defense, you know, defense usually has the advantage, or vice versa depending on the map and teams. But yeah. So with that, I guess straight from V3, we can jump back a little bit and go MLG playlist. What do you think? Like, I mean, obviously it's not ranked yet because they have to fix the arena system. But what do you think of like the playlist as a social playlist and just going in and I don't know, not caring about your stats really because it's not ranked, or not caring about winning or losing. But at the same time, it's really competitive because these are all the players who want to play MLG.
Exactly. Yeah. I kind of have mixed feelings about it actually. The way they went about it in a social playlist. I think my brother's really the one that gets most pissed off at it, that he hates when his teammates quit, and really I just like whatever, game ends, either I quit myself or but it's still like it kind of like ruins the game for you a bit, but I think that what's it called? I think that when they if they try to make a rank for it, they're just gonna bring back the cheaters again. But then again, I think quitters versus cheaters kind of balances out. So I think I'd rather have a rank because that's something to strive for rather than just like keep playing.
Yeah, and maybe even if they do 2 playlists, 1 social, 1 ranked, like people proposed in Halo 3, but that kind of didn't make sense at the time. But at this point, with the arena system and going back and looking back at Halo 3 and D-rankers and all that, I think at this point you're gonna have to appease everybody, you're going to have to do both. But at the same time, they really need to figure out something so that the ranking works well for like MLG, whereas Arena, nowhere close to a good ranking system in my opinion, and it definitely won't work for MLG, mainly because you can't do anything but Slayer, and MLG is definitely not just Slayer. So yeah, but actually, I just want to mention real fast this nice little triple you got with the sniper, because I was watching this recording and I was just like, what? How the hell did you get that? Like, that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened.
I'm mad I didn't get the overkill. That's what I was pissed off.
Yeah, you were weak though. So given the triple, you know, I would have taken the triple. You know. Yeah, for game battles, I mean, 2 triples in 1 game. That's pretty good. You guys won. You guys won by 1 flag, which is kind of, I don't know. You guys seemed to like you were doing really well the entire time. But whatever. All right, we're gonna wrap up this commentary. So, you want to do any shout-outs before we go?
I think I have one shout out to my friend Chad. He does editing, a lot of editing. Like he does video game editing and does a lot of stop motions and just any kind of editing. So shout out to him.
And I'll get his YouTube channel from you and put it in the description, etc., etc. And make sure to check out Siege's channel. I put it in the description as well. It's probably an annotation up right now. And yeah, we'll see you guys, I guess, next Friday. Actually, I won't be posting commentaries, so I'll see you guys after break. See you in 2011.
Peace.